Well, hey, hi, hello there friends, welcome back to another video. Today I am showing you my TBR list, and there's a lot. Hi guys, welcome back. This is my library TBR, to be read TBR list. Yay, thumbnail, awkward moment. Yeah, welcome to the video, chaos as usual. I checked out a bunch of books from the library, so I thought I would show you my list of all the things I have left to read. A lot of them are sequels to books that I've started, so I'm excited to dive into those. This is basically just a video to show you can get books from your local library. You don't have to buy every single one and have that beautiful bookshelf that every YouTuber girl has with like 1,000 books to be read still. I do have, I think, 2, maybe 3 personal ones sitting in here just because this is kind of my like go-to grabbing shelf right now. I can also do a video of the TBR on my shelf. Most of them, though, are like yard sale thrift store pickups. I don't generally pay full price for any book unless it's something that I absolutely want on my shelf for years to come. So that's kind of how my bookshelf goes, is a little bit of like thrifting, a little bit of like discount bookstores, yard sales, that sort of stuff. However, these are pretty much all library books, so let's dive into them. First of all, I have Sarah Beth Durst. This is the author of The Spell Shop, The Enchanted Greenhouse. I really like her cozy feel. This is a book that she wrote quite a while back called The Lost. I actually just saw this at a Walmart recently and was like, I didn't even know she had more books. So we're going to try this one. This one is basically a town called Lost on the edge of a desert filled with things abandoned, broken, and thrown away. The girl tries to escape, dust storms, and something inexplainable leads her... Unexplainable. Hi, cat alert. Wow. Say hi to Salem. Yeah, you did this. You did this. You're the one that dove into the video. Yeah, basically she's trying to leave and she can't. She keeps getting led back there over and over again. And the residents tell her she has to figure out just what it is she's missing and what she's running from before she can leave. This kind of sounds like a little bit of a Once Upon a Time, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. So I'm excited to dive into this one and see if it's kind of the same feel of her newer ones or if this is older work that I also will appreciate. We'll see. I have Starchaser. I've been waiting for this one to come in for forever. Look at that cover. This is one that if I find, I definitely do want to buy this series. I read the the first one, Night Weaver, absolutely loved it. This is the second one in the series, basically a family that was out at sea that gets captured and taken into a village. And I'll just read you a little bit of the blurb. She's a 17-year-old pirate named Esther who faces the new reality gifted with magical abilities that she's struggling to master. And the Night Weaver who has captured her heart have been cursed. Dun 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 dun. They will become ferocious underling creatures forced to serve the evil Marana, and the only way to break the curse is by procuring Marana's blood. So I'm excited to dive into this one. Like I said, been waiting for it to come in for a while. That is the downside of library books. I've got In 5 Years, which reminds me so far, and I don't know if that's kind of what they were going for. The Broadway show, The Last 5 Years, that's kind of what this is giving, only this is a girl that wakes up 5 years in the future. She dreams basically that she's 5 years in the future after getting engaged, getting her perfect job, getting her perfect life, and then sees a future that she can't get out of her head. So should be really interesting. I have already read like 40 pages just last night, so I'm sure I'll have that one finished very, very quickly. I generally do read about 6 or 7 books every couple weeks, so I do read a lot. So these will get read and returned to the library. I know it looks like probably a lot, but yeah, there is a lot here, and some of them might end up being do not finishes. So that's why we get a bunch. This next one, there's a Pokemon bookmark. This next one is called Uncharmed. I really liked the cover. Yep. I liked the cover on Pinterest. The one that came in didn't look anything like the Pinterest cover. However, it's about witches, and I love reading witchy books. So this one is basically about a girl named Annie who takes in an orphan teenage witch and shows the process of getting her blossoming magical powers under control. So far, this one is actually kind of boring and dragging, so we'll see. I'm gonna try to finish it. Don't know how that's gonna go. This one, whoa, almost fell over there. Hi, hello, balance. This one I've seen all over Instagram and Pinterest. It's called That's Not My Name. That's Not My Name by Megan Lally. Mystery thriller, which I love. Basically about a teen that wakes up with no memory of how she got there and who she is. Spooky, spooky, spooky. Should be really interesting. So I'm excited to dive into this one as well. This next one is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's kind of more mature adult, though. It's called Bonded by Thorns. Depending on what all is in this, I don't know if it's going to be one that I finish and try to do the whole series or not. I kind of looked up the reviews after grabbing it, and now I'm not so sure. As far as the spice level, like a little bit of spice is okay, but there's 2 in here that apparently go a little beyond spice. So, we shall see. Not sure about this one. I did recently just finish Icebreaker, and that one was just, like, there's no plot. There's no plot because the entire book is basically just 2 characters like, we love each other, let's go in the bedroom. Can we, like, actually be creative and make a story other than just writing what they're doing with each other? Because, yeah, we will try it. Along with that, another one that's probably going to be a do not finish is Allie Hazelwood. This one's called Deep End, and I've heard that this has a lot of really weird stuff, including the main character having a, I don't know if I can say the word even on YouTube, but having an obsession, we'll say, with the girl crying. Authors, can we, again, just write a story and not focus on all of the behind closed doors situation scenarios? Anyway, we've got Sky Shade and Crown Tide. I am excited to continue this series. Lightlark, phenomenal. And then the second book, Nightweaver, Nightshade, Night something, just finished that one. Loved it. So these are the last 2. I grabbed them just because I want to try to knock these 2 out. So these had to come from other libraries across town. So hopefully I can get those read. I've also got one called All's Well, which was kind of a Broadway-ish looking one. As a theater girly, I was hoping I'd like it, but so far it's also kind of boring, so we'll see. It basically says, an accident left her acting career out the window. She has excruciating chronic pain, failed marriage, and a deepening dependence on painkillers. Now she's on the verge of losing her job as a college theater director, and wants to put on the play All's Well That Ends Well. She faces the cast wanting to put on Macbeth. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. Theater people, if you know, you know. Macbeth in a theater. That's when she meets 3 strange benefactors who have an eerie knowledge of Miranda's past and promise for her future. One where the show goes on, her rebellious students get what's coming to them, and the invisible doubted pain that has kept her from the spotlight is made known. We'll see. It's an All's Well, Ends Well type story. That's why it's called All's Well, as I smack myself in the face with this book. But again, I'm kind of bored, so I'm hoping that it picks up. We will come back to this one, but this one looks super interesting. I actually saw this one at the store. The problem is all of these books came in at the same time. I requested them because they weren't at our library, and now I've just got like a massive stack. Usually I only have like 6. So this one is basically Miami gets flooded, and every day is about survival. Eden and Henry are the main 2 characters in this. Eden basically in love with Henry, and she learns that a cruiser family is hosting a dating competition for the heir, Theo. So she seizes the opportunity with the help of an anonymous archivist She'll infiltrate the competition, break Theo's heart, and steal his money for the Marshes. A perfect plan, until she gets to know Theo, who is not only handsome, but also surprisingly kind. So this is probably going to be your typical, like, oh, I love Henry, but now I love Theo, and I'm guessing there'll be a few more back and forth Team Theo, Team Henry type tropes. We'll see. The Elsewhere Express. The Elsewhere. You can't buy a ticket for Elsewhere Express. It appears to only those whose lives are adrift. A magical train carrying very rare and special cargo. Rhea is one of the lost souls, dreams of being a songwriter, but when her brother dies, she gives up on that dream and starts living his instead. So on the subway, her thoughts wander and she's swept to the Elsewhere Express. That's a hard thing to say. She's going to meet Q, an artist like her who has lost their place in the world. So it should be really interesting. I've heard that this one is actually really well written, magical. It's got some pretty suitcases on the spine there. So I'm looking forward to that one a lot. Next up, we have The Memory Book. This is about Sammy McCoy, a girl with a plan. Graduate at the top of her class and get out of her small town as soon as possible. Nothing will stand in her way until she gets a rare genetic disorder, and the doctors say it will slowly steal her memories and then her health. I think this one will be really sad. This next one is called See How They Run by Allie Carter. It's following Grace Blakely, who has been desperate to find out the truth about her mother's murder. She thought it would bring her peace and lead her to answers, but the truth has only made her a target, and the only way to put the past to rest is for Grace to kill it all once and for all. On Embassy Row, power can make you feel like a victor or victim, and love can turn you into a fool or fugitive. Trust is a luxury, death is a very real threat, and a girl like Grace must be very careful about which secrets she brings to light. So that'll be a fun thriller mystery. Excited to dive into that one. And then I got Red Queen, which is a series that I have been meaning to pick up for quite some time now. Excited about this one. Haven't started it yet. The only thing is the blurb on the back that just says, in school we learned about the world before ours, about the angels and gods that lived in the sky, ruling the earth with kind and loving hands. Some say those are just stories, but I don't believe that. The gods rule us still. They have come down from the stars, and they are no longer kind. Sounds a little bit like the Light Lark, potentially, so we shall see how that one goes. But that is my stack of library books. The only other one I have in here right now is one that I just got from a yard sale the other day. It is The Princess Bride. This is the 30th year anniversary. Look at that cover. I absolutely love the movie. I've never read the book, so I'm excited. Those are my books. I'm gonna go get a snack and then cozy up and get reading. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!